Now Richardson back to throw it. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
You talk about this Washington defense.
And they've shown the ability to play tough against the pass. Currently ranked number 9 in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
3rd and short, so didn't need much, but got a little extra on the backside. Nice run.
Chewed up the yardage, didn't he? To me, that was offensive line with leverage, good blocking angles, taking on a stacked defensive front. And once they chopped that little hole in the beginning, he took it and rambled.
And just the 3rd play from scrimmage, wanted to avoid the 3 and out and did just that. Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, this offense will definitely utilize him as a weapon out of the backfield because he was close to 100 yards receiving a week ago. So they will try to get him the football in space as they did right there.
Come back team. Nice Warriors, 70. 70 Timberwolves. Cougar, 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 79 Broncos. 60 Bobcats, 60 Eagles.
Here's Richardson to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Good play and a well-timed run from Richardson to pick up the 1st.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain. So when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a 1st down.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. Got a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
Detroit Lions, 1st down. Here we go, here we go.
And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. From the shotgun, Richardson. Now he's going to step up and run.
And he's just going to throw this one out of bounds here. Nowhere to go with it, incomplete.
And down here, 1st and goal, if it's not there, don't force it. You've got at least 2, if not 3 more shots at it. So that's a wise move to get rid of it.
They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. Richardson out of the shotgun.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown.
Rondale Moore.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Lions get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Looking sharp on that 1st drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there. That nice opening drive because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
looking to put a drive together.
Now they'll audible to something else. Daniels looking to throw.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Get it. Cowboy 80.
To the air goes Daniels. Open man, here's Schwartz, complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
Panther 11.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Let's get trap 60, trap 60. Liking 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler. Go.
Throwing now is Daniels.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
You talk about this Lions defense.
They were very good last week in the win over the Saints.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
It's 4th down.
Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Daniels going to throw for it.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And the Lions will take over. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47.
They start things off with a carry by Gibbs here. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 9. Now Richardson going to shift things up. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
From the gun, Gibbs will get it.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
But that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now he'll tuck this.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Christian Wilkins
coming right up the gut, gets in there for a loss of 9.
3rd and long.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
79 Grocer. Help.
Richardson working from the gun.
He's airing it out for Williams. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jamison Williams.
47 yards.
And the Lions lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
70.
They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Schwartz. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you break a tackle and turn into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
36-yard line.
Now they'll change things around before the snap. Now Daniels.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's Daniels.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17.
Third down.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Into space at the 45.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
60 Bobcats.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Set.
To throw is Daniels. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're acting panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Rig. 19 Tiger. Ready.
Back to throw. Daniels. And this one is incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
A 4-yard gain.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Here we go.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Washington goes for it, but it does not pan out.
And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you...
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
First down.
So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
Looking to throw. Daniels. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Ready, set.
Second and goal from the 1.
Hey, smash from.
Dobbins is in. Touchdown, Commanders.
And they can thank their defense for this one. They were set up with a short field following the turnover, but they took care of business as well, working their way down and finishing with a strong run into the end zone for their first touchdown of the game.
Bronco 80. Trap 60. Trap 60. Here we go.
Washington will line up with a 2-point
Panthers
conversion.
60. Panthers 18. Pioneer. Dragon 60.
Daniel's going to try and throw for it.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football, and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
A gain of 11 on the play. First down.
Now it's Richardson.
Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Gibbs. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 43-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw this.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Here we go. Let's go.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game, won't they have? And he's going to get this inside the 30.
57 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
First down. First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Let's go now. Gravity Lions. Hut, hut.
This is Greer. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 8.
Come on.
Now Richardson. He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Jahmyr Gibbs.
A 24-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to extend their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
Into the end zone. And with a successful two-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Throwing to start the drive. Daniels.
Complete, it's Dotson.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
18 Cardinal. Panthers 60. Panthers ready.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 3. And now they'll shift things around.
Let's go. Cougar 19.
The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
That's caught downfield. It's Lane.
Touchdown, Washington.
Jalen Lane, 53 yards. And the Commanders are back within a score.
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. There aren't any speed limits out there, and off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Commanders will line up for the
70
2-point conversion.
Timberwolves. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. 60 Mavericks. 60 Mavericks. Dragon 60.
They'll try and throw for it. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
Lions 22. Commanders 14.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. The last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Richardson looking to throw. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around. A first down as well.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. Again, the Lions first down.
18 runner, 19 tight, 19 tight. Pound to 60, 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. 19 Lions.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18, pioneer.
Now Richardson back to throw it.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Oh, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Back to the air with Richardson. They'll try and do Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it, ends up getting the ball stripped.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
70 Timberwolves. Street. Hurt. Rig alert. Check smash.
2nd and 1. And that is incomplete.
Well, that's a defense coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
They'll try to run for it with Dobbins.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Get it. Check. Ready.
Back to throw now on 1st down. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. And they'll try to run it in with Dobbins.
And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away.
And that one not returnable. It's over the back line to the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive, as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. Richardson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Into the hands of Williams across the formation. They make to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
And the Lions, first down. Drop 50. First down, Detroit.
60 Eagles.
Richardson out of the shotgun. He's got his target. It's the tight end Knox. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
That's another Detroit Lions.
Here we go.
Here's Richardson to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
The Commanders take over first and
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Panther 11.
To the air goes Daniels. That's taken in by Presley. Now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard.
Come on.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
Tiger, 19 Tiger. $60 Bobcat. Ready.
Daniels looking to throw. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground.
19 Tiger. Ready.
Throwing now is Daniels. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
Well, here's your first example of how this guy can beat you in more ways than one, because they took away his arm, but he was more than happy to dissect them with his legs for that first down pickup.
The final shot before break. Daniels. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter three? And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Let's go now.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now he's getting the ball to start the second half. How about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Here's Daniels.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
I know it was a game, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now Daniels. That's complete to his running back, J.K. Dobbins. Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown, Washington.
J.K. Dobbins. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
Warriors 70. Check. Ready.
They'll look to throw. And that's caught at the 2. And he is going to get in. But there is a flag down. Let's sort this out here. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Richardson working from the gun. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he's got some space here. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Evident there that he learned his lesson from the last drive. No way he was going to force a throw that time. When nothing broke open, kept it, and ended up running for a first down himself.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. 74 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Cougar 19.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards. And it'll bring up a third and 2 more. Back to throw. Richardson. He's going to get that to his run back out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Lions first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Pressure leading. 18, 5 in.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But this defense gets 2 more stops. They can keep them out of that area.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now it's Richardson. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Gibbs. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Lions, first down. A gain of 14.
Again, it's Richardson. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
70 Rangers. Go.
Now Richardson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27.
First and goal.
Let's go.
They'll run with Gibbs. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Ready?
Second and goal at the 9-yard line.
Here we go.
Richardson looking to throw this. Now he's going to step up and run. His pass caught at the 4. Touchdown! Jamison Williams, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Lions are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Point after here coming up. And that one puts them on top here in the 3rd. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Anthony Schwartz going to bring it out. And he probably wishes he would have sat on that one. Instead, he's only able to get this up beyond the 15-yard line. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw is Daniels. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Go street. Cougar 19. 18, 5 in.
Daniels going to throw for it. And
It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Lions will get the football back in terrific field position.
Ready? Warriors 17. Hut, hut.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Gibbs straight ahead.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And that's going to leave him with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt him. We'll be back.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So, boy, that's already the 3rd they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the 4th quarter. And no field goal try here from the red zone offense out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Looking to throw. Richardson. And they hit him as he throws as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Lions turned away on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Charles, still a 1-possession game. Remember, it could have been 2 after they opted to go for it on 4th down in their own territory. Didn't get it, but their defense holds strong, and so this is a huge possession coming up here.
You're certainly right about that, partner, and a lot of people looked at them going for it on 4th down as a failure when they didn't get it. But there's also their way of saying, hey, we have confidence in our defense because they went out and held them. Got the ball right back for them. So, nice stand for them. Momentum can swing back to their side if they have a good drive here.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Tough spot here, 3rd down and 11.
Operating from the gun, Daniels.
He'll find Schwartz complete right side.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
An audible here to get a new look.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
On 4th down, here's Daniels.
And incomplete on the deep ball. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Here we go, shot. Ready.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 28-yard line.
Richardson looking to throw.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Ready.
A carry for Greer.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The 16-yard line.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Greer. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Lions will add to their 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Ready, break.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter, and just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play. A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And some room to run now. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 54 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Ready, set.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Got a man, it's De'Ami Brown, complete.
And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
On the cover.
Now 2nd and 5.
At the 24-yard line.
Ready. 19, start.
They go play action. Daniels.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 68 yards receiving now for him in the game. And a first down on that last catch as well.
18, Pioneer. Come on, set. Ready.
Working out of the gun, Daniels.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Let's go.
Back to throw again.
And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Oh, this defense knows. Fourth quarter, they need to make a play. That one was ripe for the taking. Could have changed the complexion of the ball game, but it winds up incomplete.
Ready.
Again, he'll drop the throw. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
Let's go. Hawk,
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Warriors 70. Cup 19. Cup 19. Trap 60. Trap 60. 79 Broncos. Hurt.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did.
The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first.
And that will force a turnover on downs. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide.
Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. A big pickup of 38.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And he's going to build his way forward to the 48. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, at this stage, that's exactly what you want offensively. Good run on first down, stay in bounds, keep that clock rolling.
And look at that play chart that the play caller has in his hands right now. That's what you got to focus in on because that's divided up by sections. And right now, he's looking at that 4-minute offense section. What running plays do we have to bleed down the clock and take care of the football? Right now, they're executing really well.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10
at the 42-yard line.
Setting up the screen, this is Gibbs.
Past the 20. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line.
I just love how they're going about trying to finish off this game. This is not an offense that's going to go into its shell. They're going to keep exploiting weaknesses where they see them. And that's a huge pickup there with the game in the balance.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Here we go, set, let go.
Going for the knockout punch. He'll try and run.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Lions have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. What a huge touchdown that was, obviously, here in the late stages of the 4th quarter as they try to put this one away.
And, Brandon, when they watch the film after this week, they'll be very proud of every rep if they close this game out. Just a few snaps remaining. They can't relax just yet.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Hold it ready.
Here's 1st and 10.
Cowboy 80. Ready. Go.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. 2nd and 14.
Now Daniel's going to keep it.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down.
Let's go. Hey, smash. Hop 70. Hop 70.
39-yard line.
To the air goes Daniels. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. They rolled out of the pocket right, and I think he wanted a little something more out of that play. Obviously, instead he hit his safety back.
It looked like two well-coached teams there, even though there was no yardage gain. Because the offensive guys, they realized their quarterbacks out of the pocket. All the receivers went to the right spots, tried to get in his sight line, tried to open themselves up. Just nowhere to go where they could gain yardage. How about the defensive guys, though? Did not lose leverage and kept their poise and made a really nice play.
Off the play fake, Daniels. He'll try and do this himself.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
Viking 18. Ready.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Cougar 19.
second and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance.
What's happening? What's happening? Hey, it's your boy Lil Jon. The pick your me, click. What's up, Phony? What's happening? What's up, Sean Paul? What's happening? Hey, now, ladies and gentlemen, it's about that time. Turn this thing on out. Now, let me see everybody do this. Hey, let's go. Snap your